Hey there, everybody.
Hello.
It's 6:30 something.
We're here. It's 6:30.
Aaron was late. We rewound back to the right time. Let's see.
Time benders.
Trying to see what we got here. If it's going. Trying to see if I can hear it.
Looks like it's going.
Tuesday, Gunner, Paradise, Sideways. Yeah, we missed y'all. I wasn't doing too good. My back was out, and what else? I don't even remember, because this week it's a whole new thing. But my back.
Last week, Tuesday, exactly, you could barely stand up.
Yeah, my back was out, and I was I have an inversion table out in the parts room, or the parts storage, and I was out there on it a few times, and I could not get my back right, and my stomach.
Yeah,
I woke up.
Was acting up.
I woke up and I couldn't move. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I went to get up. It was like 4:44 in the morning, and I just folded back over in the bed, and I couldn't move, and I went back to sleep. But then I woke up and I was like, all right, I feel better, and I went to stand up again, and when I did, my stomach was hurting. So Uncle Wes told me that I might have kidney stones or something. He had called me up and checked on me, but I was here at work. I woke up and I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to go to work. I was bad, but I came in and I ended up feeling a little better after that day. But I wasn't even really planning on doing anything tonight, because yesterday I worked all weekend. For one, I worked Friday, which is my day off. I worked Saturday and Sunday, which usually I work those days, but I do it at home on the farm. But I was actually here working on a car that left yesterday, so we were here till 1 o'clock yesterday on the holiday. We were planning on working the whole day, but I was like, man, I can't. I done worked all weekend, and my elbows were really, really bad, like just hurting. I haven't talked to Uncle Wes about it yet. He might call me later. But I iced my elbows last night and my wrist, but they're like, if I try to push on something, like I was using tree loppers, tree shears, whatever, limb shears, and it started hurting real bad last night, and I iced them, and then I woke up this morning and they were still really bad, more so on my right hand, and I've been having a weird feeling, like if I touch my hand, if I tap on my arm like this, it feels like electricity's running down my arm. Like it feels like my hairs are standing up when I tap on my arm. So I don't know what's going on. It's pretty bad.
I would say that he's overworked, overstressed, under-rested, and needs some submersion in some salt water.
But I can't, because I don't have time.
Of course you can. Have to make time.
Let's see.
So let's go all the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Paradise Sideways. Go. Mr. Boyles. Uncle Wes. James Kelly. Charlie. Ty. Bob. Mr. Hickey. I emailed you and it told me that your email it rejected the email. So I need to talk to you.
She said maybe your email's full.
Yeah, it might be full. Gunner. There's your dad.
So whose birthday?
Scott. Remo. Mr. Nolasco. That's fun to say.
My dad said happy birthday to Scott. Is it Scott Singleton? Happy late birthday. Mine is today. Oh, so happy birthday, Scott.
Happy birthday.
Aaron's was yesterday.
Yep, Juby's is the 18th.
Our anniversary's the 13th. And my birthday's the 18th. So we have a lot going on this month.
September is a good month. Well, happy, lovey month.
Yeah, Uncle Wes says carpal tunnel. You know, I used to hate hearing that word because I always heard my aunt and my mom, all my aunts would walk around and my mom, and they were like,
hypochondriacs.
yeah, they were like, oh my carpal tunnel, and I'm like, no, you don't. What are you talking about? Like that's, and they just, I hate that word. I hate even saying it because my parent, my real mom, not Miss Pat,
Not
my
Miss
mom,
Pat, y'all
mom,
don't go for her.
but my aunt and my mom that's passed away now, but she, like, that was their favorite word. My aunt still says it, like that's her. If you say carpal tunnel, I think of my aunt, and
but it's caused by repetitious motion, and that's all you do. That ain't what they did, but
well, mine's. But now Wes says I have it, I'm like, no, I don't got that.
And then, like when we worked at the airplane plant together, using the orbital sander all day long.
Yeah.
I did that
Grinders.
for only 3 years, and my elbow hurt for a solid year after that. It finally did go away, so I don't think I had carpal tunnel, but it's overexertion, overusage, no rest. The ice does help him, but the ice hurts too, because when you lay there for 30 minutes with super, super cold ice on you, ice can burn you.
Yeah. Hey, Donald. And now I'm doing Wes's favorite, goodies.
Yeah, those are big no-nos.
Uncle Wes told me when we went to do Charlie's car not to take goodies, to take ibuprofen and a Tylenol, and I got a headache and they just don't work as fast as the goodies, and my head is like splitting. But I don't think it's gonna help my elbows, but I'm fixing to take it.
Gunner, did you say it was 90 inside your house? 90 outside's beautiful. That's fantastic weather, but in the house, no, ma'am, no. Yep, he said my air conditioner went out yesterday and the repair people came out today, and I need a whole new heat pump system. Oh my goodness, I feel for you, hon. That's ridiculous.
My dad's message is on like,
Oh, because he said, he meant to say my butt, I bet you.
Unreal.
So it ain't gonna hurt none.
oh boy. Well, we're gonna let it rip.
Yep, let it rip, tater
My
shit.
dad done wrote something and it's asking me for.
Somebody else done let it go or hit it one. All right. There's a comment that you may see or may not see. We do not know.
It might have been Go-Go.
Uncle Wes said that goodies are a good anti-inflammatory, so go ahead. It's just you can't take a whole bunch of anything really, and we talked about that. I think I'm gonna go back carnivore October. I'm not gonna do it in September because that's my birthday month, his birthday month, our anniversary month. It's just fantastic months. We're going to see my parents this weekend, and she's making me homemade pecan waffles, and I am not about to say no to that. No. So
Yeah.
next week.
So I seen a comment.
Hey Jeff.
I seen a comment. Somebody sent a comment or either emailed me or something. They were new to the channel. Paul. I don't know how you say that name.
Yes, carnivore includes eggs. Colucci.
Paul Colucci.
I believe. If I murdered that, I'm sorry.
So I don't know if he's on or not.
Hey, Rudy.
But he is talking about building a car, and he came across the channel and he wants to build it. He asked about the Dynacorn body, and he asked about the importance of building a jig to build a car on. So we'll walk back here because I think, oh man, well yeah, we'll walk back here to the jigs and I can point out some things that are important about a jig. Now, for minor stuff, do you have to have a jig? No, but then again, sometimes you do. We have 57 Chevy here. I don't do 57 Chevys. This 57 Chevy has been here for 10, 15 years. We actually sold it. And now I am having to put quarter panels on it. So I don't have a jig for this car. but I'll talk about how I'm going to do this car and why I'm doing it that way, and I'll also talk about the importance of the jig. I had actually planned on working on this car tonight for the Tech Talk because I didn't really have nothing to do, but I kind of put that on hold, and I'll explain why in a minute. We've got the quarter panels over here. We're gonna pull them out and look at those, and I'll explain why I'm waiting on it and why I'm not. But if Aaron wants to,
I posted on Facebook that we were doing a Talk Tuesday today because we're gonna.
Well,
he's hurting, and I don't want to overhurt him because right now we only have 2 builders and 1 cut down guy facilitating the whole shop. So. And we're still trying to get our cars out. Everybody watching that has a car here, we're doing our best. I even got a little schedule.
Hey Rudy, James Kelly, Robert. If any of y'all haven't subscribed to Go-Go's Garage,
go over to Go-Go's Garage.
Go over to Go-Go's Garage and subscribe to his channel. He does Camaro stuff. Awesome, very was meticulous with his work. Awesome guy. Met him. Some of the other guys, Paradise. I like Paradise. I don't even know. I meant to ask Paradise if I had ever sent him a shirt. So I seen he did an unboxing of Go-Go's shirt and Go-Go's magnet. So I don't know if I ever sent Paradise a installation center shirt, which I have shirts on the way.
So send me an email if you haven't received the shirt. I try to keep a running tally, but then again, like when I first started doing Tech Talk with Juby, I didn't know Go-Go's name, and I try not to just well, there you go. I try not to say anybody's real name because they may want their username on the internet to be what everybody knows them by. So he would send a shirt to Go-Go, and I'm like, all right. But then by the time it made it to me in the office and it mailed out, it was going to the name. And then we'd get back on Tech Talk, and I'm like, I don't know if we sent Go-Go anything. He's like, yes, you do. You mailed it out. And I'm like, oh.
I just know Go-Go's helped me a lot.
Now I know Go-Go, so.
He's the one that bought me the gimbal that the camera's on right now. He bought me a media mic for the camera. He's given me money before. He's done a lot of stuff. He's the one that done a lot of the stuff on the channel, on fixing it and making it all pretty and professional.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could ever repay Go-Go. So at least I could put him out there and get him. He needs 1,000 subscribers so he can go live, and I don't know what he's at right now. He'll probably post it up.
Remo said that he went and subbed. Thank you.
So, but Paradise will get you a shirt, and I'm gonna actually show y'all the shirt, which I know everybody's gonna be like, oh my, why? I don't want that shirt because this is the first shirt I ever did for aMAYSing Metalworks, and it's got the Galaxy on the back.
Printed them out, sorry.
And Aaron has the Mopar shirt, which is, she's dirty. And we have the Camaro, but I was like, maybe I should have put the Camaro on mine for aMAYSing Metalworks since everybody thinks I'm a Camaro guy. And
it's too late. It is too late.
We actually had we had a guy come by. He drove by one day. I think we talked about it, and he walked in and he was standing at the door, and I was working, and he's like something, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, and he's like, and I had the earbuds in, I pulled the earbuds out, and he said the aMAYSing guy or whatever, and I'm like, what? He's like, Juby, and I was like, yeah. And he come in, and he was from California and rode by and seen the Camaro through the door and turned around and came back and found out that this is where I was at. So he come in, hung out, and I gave him a tour of the place, showed him everything. Well, then a week later, another guy pops up here, and he's from California, and he come in, and was hanging out, and he's like, man, I watched your show and I wanted to see you and all this. And he wasn't from California, he was from...
Yeah, it was California, the one that posted?
No.
Oh,
the other
Mr. Darren.
Something. He was from somewhere else.
Did his car?
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren. Mr. Darren. And I don't remember where he's from.
So he was in here, and I gave him a tour, and he's like, man, he's like, I'm just gonna bring my car here and let you build it. So he ended up, we got him ready to build a car, got him the quote and everything for his car, and great guy.
He took his
picture right here holding his car build number and build sheet, and awesome guy. Like, just came down here to see. I was like, I'm nobody, and he was in here. He's like, man, you're the GOAT. You're the greatest of all time on Camaros, man. Like, there ain't nobody. I'm like, no, I'm not that good. I appreciate it,
just
but
Juby.
So I'm trying to find them.
Well, while you're finding that, I see some questions. Did the 3XL Mopar shirts come in? I placed an order on 8/22, so we've got aMAYSing Metalworks shirts coming in, and we have the Installation Center Mopar and GM shirts coming in, and tank tops for the ladies. Hopefully they get here while there's still a little bit of summertime left. And I'm waiting on him to tell me I think he was probably off yesterday, but I should get a response. So hopefully by next Tech Talk, they'll either be here or I'll know when they'll be here. But we got plenty of 3Xs ordered and 2X.
And Aaron, the shirt that Donald got, he said top quality. It's a Richardson. So they are real good fitting hats. So Aaron has ordered some aMAYSing Metalworks hats that are the same brand, the Richardson. So they'll be kind of the same colors.
Yeah.
But I will show you guys the aMAYSing Metalworks shirt, which some of y'all are probably not gonna like it, but I'm a hot rod guy. I
love them.
I love coupes and hot rods, like the 57 Chevy here. I love it, but anyways, this is the aMAYSing Metalworks shirt, and it has the 41 Plymouth on it that I have at the house, if you can see it. And then I have these coming, and they got my 49 Ford, the shoebox that I have at the house. So that's the shirts that will be here hopefully this week. So if you want one of those shirts, I don't know how much they are, Aaron knows all that, you can order one from her, and that money from that does benefit me and the channel. Now all
t-shirts are 20 bucks, all tank tops are 15.
Now the Installation Center shirts, if you want them with the Camaros, that's the Installation Center. That's the business. The shop here.
I get like 50 cents a shirt.
Yeah, Aaron gets something off of that. I get nothing. But the aMAYSing Metalworks ones, and probably once I sell some of these, I'll probably end up putting in another order, and I will get a Camaro one. It's probably going to be a 69. Because that'd be the year.
A design made though, so it might take a second, and then
yeah. So, but I'll probably have that, and I've been talking about doing the book. So I have a 66 Chevelle out back that I'm going to rebuild. I have all the metal, and I was going to build it, and it's for sale. The body, then whatever, all new sheet metal that I can put on it, but I think I'm putting it on hold because I think I'm going to go ahead and get the metal to build the Camaro, which Uncle Wes gave me, a 69 Camaro. So I have a title and tag already for the car, but no car to drive for the tag. But
Trella said you are the GOAT.
So I have the title for the 69 Camaro, and I'm going to build it. It's a plain Jane, I think it might be a V8 car. I didn't really pay attention to it. It's just I was going to build the 69 Firebird that I have for the Camaro book, and Uncle Wes said you can't build a Firebird making a Camaro book, so everybody's going to get you. So he gave me a 69 Camaro. So I'm going to build the 69 Camaro to do the book, and then I'll end up selling the 69 Camaro body, which it'll be an all new body. It's gonna be all new, everything's gonna be new on it. So I'll just go ahead and put that out there, that it will be a complete new body, VIN and everything.
Hey Neil, welcome, welcome.
And I will share a sneak peek, which I can't give it out right now.
And I don't have a sneak peek of the hats yet. Well, did I? No, I don't have. No, I do not have a sneak peek of the hats at all yet. But they're just kind of simple, but awesome. You know, simple. I like simple hats, so it'll just have the aMAYSing Metalworks logo on the front, and we've got a few different color variations that are going to be available. But they're going to go quick because we only ordered a few.
So I have been starting the book, and this is actually the first part of the book.
Dun, dun, dun.
And somebody on YouTube that follows me, he actually, well, maybe I'll buy the 69 Firebird from you.
Neil, yeah, just said hey Neil.
So Neil, that just commented, actually does blueprints and stuff like that. So he
Fantastic job at it.
He offered to help me, and he did the blueprints for the Camaro jig. So the only way that the Camaro jig you're gonna be able to get this stuff is by buying the book. So I mean, I'll talk with you, I'll tell you how to build it, I'll tell you what to do it, but to get the actual drawing and the schematics and all the measurements for everything, you'll have to buy the book. So I'm going to work on that because I have a lot of people that want the book, and if I can get it and get it sold, then that'll be great. I just don't know nothing about publishing and all that stuff, and how much it's going to cost to get up the money to even get it in print or what. I know it's going to cost money, and I don't have, so I'm probably going to have to take some of the money from the 66 Chevelle and some from the 69 Firebird and some from the 69 Camaro, and to get the book made. But I'll show you. Hey, this has none of the measurements on it.
Hey Ricky.
But this is the drawing that he sent me, he emailed me.
All right, that's enough. They're gonna be screenshotting.
They screenshotting it. We'll do a quick one of this one with the measurements and up.
And they're asking if when you do a 69 Camaro shirt, could you make it an SSRS and use premium quarter panels? And
yeah,
we'll make it beautiful.
Dynacorn firewall, premium quarter panels. Oh look, somebody gonna pause it. If you can get it off there, you good.
Yeah.
And I have another one too that he sent. That's just the side part of it.
I'm really excited about this book, and I'm really excited that
you didn't even see them.
I sent it to you. Not those, no. Oh, y'all.
So he just sent them to me like 30 minutes or an hour ago.
Oh.
So we're gonna.
Anyway, that's in the books. And another thing with it being Talk Tuesday, I wanted to touch on again going to see my parents this weekend. Probably pulling a 69 GMC out of some branches and hopefully bringing it back. So we may be building a truck soon. Then the next weekend is Craig's son Aaron, who passed away, we talked about. He's having his celebration of life next weekend, so we'll be doing that. But then there are 2 free weekends in a row, and I'm gonna see if I can haul him off somewhere where we can just be quiet and he's not worried about the shop or the house or doing any of that work, and maybe he can work on the book a little bit. I don't know, we'll see.
Scott said ain't all y'all's guys' garages air conditioned. Yeah, tell him, Scott, look, we're air conditioned.
It's heated too, so.
Heated and air conditioned. I thought all shops was that way.
I mean.
But I don't know what the, I would sell the books pre-order.
But we have no idea.
But I have no idea what they're gonna cost. Yeah. Hopefully they're not too much. I don't plan on them being 9 million.
Well, first you've got to make your.
If they were.
Your outline and determine how much you're gonna put in it, how how many words you're going to put in it. Are you doing front and back? What kind of paper are you using? What kind of binding are you using? Who are you going to have it copyrighted? All of those things. So
yeah. So
I'll do all that. I'll help you with that.
I want to get started on it like now. Like I want to get going on it. I have a lot of pictures and a lot of measurements and stuff, but I want to do all of them. I want it real good. But like I say, the book's gonna be about the Camaros, 67 through 69, Camaro Firebird, and all the stuff. Might have some links to some videos or something in it, to some of my YouTube stuff, or just have my YouTube channel on there. But it'll also tell a little bit about me and how I ended up here. And if it's anything like I talked, the book will be like 9 million pages long.
We're gonna condense that sucker down, guys.
No.
You may even put a picture of a goat in there.
A goat?
Cause you're a goat.
No, I ain't no goat. I ain't no goat. I'm good. I'm just a metal guy. I just do it all. But like I said, if you want to donate money or help out, then I do have Venmo, PayPal stuff on here. You're welcome to donate there to help out with all of it. And if the book, you know, if we determine what the book is, and Erin likes to keep up with everything, she can keep up with what it is. And if it's, you know, the book's that, if it covers the book, or
I'll make a spreadsheet.
Say Donald sends $10 and Charlie sends $30, but the book's $20. Well, then Charlie gets the book and his other $10 covers Donald. So then, you know, that, you know, we can figure out what it is.
We can. Those are the kind of books that you can cook with, and it doesn't hurt anything, because that's just going to be, at the end of the day, y'all are giving and we're giving. There's no business tax.
I don't think I'm gonna become a millionaire off of a book.
No.
I want to sell the book for a price that is good for y'all and it covers the book. Yeah. You know, I don't care to make.
Kind of like we do with the shirts.
Yeah.
All it does is just cover the shirt.
We don't make hardly nothing off the Installation Center shirts, and won't make hardly nothing off of the aMAYSing Metalworks shirts. Yeah. So if you want to,
we just like seeing you guys post on Facebook or showing us, typing in the comments, hey, I got my shirt and I like it, or I got my hat and I like. I just like that. And then it's a talking point, because if you're out and about wearing our merchandise and somebody asks you, hey, what is that about? Then that's exposure. So to us, that's all we need. I don't need a ton of money in my pocket. Scott's been in the HVAC business for 53 years. Neil wants a book. There's all kind of folks. Mickey says she likes to vacay to Helen. Well, since we live here, I like to vacay to salt water. And that's all I want to do, is go somewhere where there's some salt water, sand, and a breeze and sunshine.
So Holly Rock's on here, and Holly Rock is the first person to ever give me a car. He gave me the '69 Firebird that I have. So I'm going to build it one day. He actually gave it to me to build a Camaro. He's like, you can build a Camaro with this Firebird, can't you? And he drove it here like 8 hours away and brought it to me, and had the title and everything, and gave it to me
for the weekend. That was
hung
cool.
out. We went to a car show, and cool guy. And then I was like, man, I don't want to build a Camaro with a Firebird. You know, that I would rather have the Firebird. Don't hate me. I'd rather have the Firebird than the Camaro.
It's kind of like putting a Ford motor in a Chevy. It's just like, if you got a Firebird, build a Firebird.
Yeah, if you got
a Camaro, build a Camaro.
So, but we'll grab the camera and we can still talk, and we'll walk back here to the car, and I'll talk about the jigs. Yeah, there ain't really no money in the restoration business. Now, far as what we do, it's a living, but
if you look at the money that we put into this business, and then the money that we bring into this business, and what's left at the end, you're right. The margin is small. The cost to do this is very, very high, and we try not to make the cost to you super high, because it's love. We love seeing these cars come back to life.
And
so it just makes us a little cash so we can get by and do this little video and give out a shirt once a month. I mean, that's all we need.
And plus, just so everybody knows, this ain't my shop. This is not me. I work for Craig. I do this. I do the tech talk here for free. I do this. I'm not clocked in. When I'm working on cars that are for the company, that's money that Craig gets.
Yep.
I'm just using his stuff for content. He allows me to run this shop as if it was mine. So I don't profit. I work 9 to 5, or well, I work 10-hour days.
Hourly.
I work hourly, paycheck to paycheck. I don't, some people are probably like, well, why is this guy talking about not having the money to build this or do that when he's got this shop and he builds all these cars? I don't get profit from these cars. I get paid by the hour to build these cars, and it's not, I was gonna say it's not as much as most people would think that you would make building cars like I do, but I am very pleased with what I make. Do I feel like I should make more? Yes, but in the long run, the shop benefits me way more than that money could, and I am perfectly happy with what I make. I don't hurt for anything, so don't get me wrong on that part either.
Yeah.
I am very happy, thankful.
We're blessed to be a part of
this
shop, and if it becomes ours one day, we may want to look at that. It has been talked about, but as of today, this is Craig and Denise's shop, and we just run it for them, but we're on their payroll.
Yeah, and it has been offered to us to buy, and we're in the process of saving money to do that. So I also don't have money to be able to just go buy shirts and go do this and go do that, or go buy parts to build cars and to do a book, because like I say, I work paycheck to paycheck, and plus I'm trying to save, because once I get the money for this place and it's mine, then I can do what I want. I can do how I want to do, and I'll have profit coming in, and I can turn that profit into helping you guys.
But we got to make sure we got a nest egg, because when it's our responsibility to pay payroll, I want to make sure I got money in the bank to pay the guys. So I mean, there's a lot up in the air, and that was kind of what we were doing. We can go look, like you were saying. We had a Colorado car drop off today, and we had a Colorado car leave yesterday. So the Camaro, what? It's still outside. Yeah. So the Colorado Camaro went home yesterday, and I got to play with a cool little GSP puppy dog named Ruger. He was such a sweet little buddy. And then the Cuda that came today it came with a pretty cool story. He had a different Cuda, and then he didn't have it anymore. Long story. So he got this one. Actually had less money in this one, and it needs less work, so it's kind of like a win-win for him, and we're excited to build his car. Update on the Galaxy, we're hoping potentially to get something next weekend maybe, and then we have 8 vehicles in process right now, with 1 coming Thursday, so that'll be 9 cars, and we're hoping we can get all 9 done by the end of the year, but I don't know if we can, because we literally only have 60 working days left in this year. 60 working days. So
I'm gonna have to pull a Charlie Camaro,
a burn
and turn, not drive 24 hours to build a Camaro in 8 hours. Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up from that. Not really. I love that. If I could just travel and build cars, I would travel and build you guys cars. If I made enough money off of YouTube to travel around and just build cars for people, man, that'd be great. But
anybody that lived by the beach, that's where we build cars. So
we're gonna walk back here. But I wanted to point out that Neil said that you was awesome, and everybody's saying that you're awesome. Erin makes the show. That's why you guys come back for Erin. She does awesome, and I used to tell her all the time, kind of get on to her, like, when I was trying to be famous. Oh yeah, I need the YouTube channel and all this. And I was like, well, look at Bad Chad. Jolene goes around and films with him and does stuff. You know, maybe if you would help me do this, you know, maybe I could be famous. And now I don't even care. And and she's here and she does awesome job. She offers to come up here and do little videos, like when we did like 3 videos in one day, which reminds me, I still got to put part 2 of Charlie's video out there of the actual car when we got done. So
Charlie said I'm prettier.
Tomorrow I might let my hair down, put some lipstick on.
Yeah, I can do your little eyeliner because that's the only makeup I own.
Oh, let's go back here and talk about this car for a minute. I ain't putting no lipstick on, so y'all hang that up.
Well, you can't fix perfection, Judy. You're already there.
I did have a guy tell me one time on a comment that he would never let a guy with a man bun build his car.
Well,
I'm like, well, it's your loss, buddy. But
find another shop.
So 57. But this is, somebody asked about the importance of a jig, and we'll go to this one. Don't look like much, but this is a Coupe. So there's bolt holes and there's pin holes. So with the jig, you're able to locate everything without having to just stick this stuff up on there where you think it might be or where it looks pretty. So there is pin holes in the front, bolt holes in the back. We have a jig that hooks into here that acts like a K-member, so it makes the frame rails right. I have holes drilled in the top of the jig right here, and I have a bar that sits in here with a laser on it that has a center line. So I pull everything off of that on these. Now Camaros, you don't need all that. You don't need the center line, none of that. I've never built a Camaro and had to do center line or have a laser or anything like that. And we've built 750 cars here, and I've never had somebody call back with a Camaro saying it don't work. They work. It's got pin holes in the back side. So you locate the front pin hole, you locate the rear. Same on the back of the car. There's actually a pin in it right now. So there's a pin hole. Now when you put the rear floor in here, the rear seat back, there's a hole in it that goes through into it. So it'll locate, it not only locates the floor or the seat back piece in, it locates the frame rail. Same with back here in the back, which this car is not pinned or anything. We just rolled it up here. There's a pin hole in the back of the frame here. So this gets everything lined up and gets it square. This stuff's gonna get cut out. It was just left in there to hold it together. So when you got a jig, the Camaro jig that I drew up is just like the Camaro jig that we use here. And it has the spots for these. Everybody's like, they put cross braces in, and they put a cross brace across here and across there, and they just got all this metal everywhere for cross bracing to keep this stuff from going wherever it goes, and you don't need it. That stuff, to me, it hinders your work. You can't get in, you can't do anything because you got stuff everywhere. You don't need it. This is all you need, is a spot to put an upright so you can tack here, tack there, hold that while you cut everything out, and then build the car. Once I get the rockers in here and the floor in here, I'll cut this thing loose so this thing just floats and I can put it where I want. I pull all my measurements. The book will have all the measurements on X and out, the heights in here, the heights to certain locations on the inside, windows, all this measurements. It'll all be in the book. But with the jig like it is, you can put these in there. There'll be 2 locations on it. Well, when you get to a car like this one, and you're on the jig, you can see the K-member piece on there that acts like a K-member instead of having the big K-member in it. And He don't have the laser in it yet. But with this, I have spots on, like these jigs, I have location spots that I pull measurements for off of my jig to all this. So if you have a jig for your Camaro, one of the benefits of having the jig for the Camaro is not only you're going to locate your firewall and your under seat pan, you're going to locate the rear frame rail to the back. You'll be able to pull up, you'll be able to have a flat surface that you can lay this bar on. You just cut you a bar and put it in there, and this is going to be where you can pull up and get measurements. So you want your rocker height the same, you'll be able to move back there, pull it, do the same on the other side. You'll have a nice platform that you can pull measurements. So say you're having an issue with your door gap on the Camaro. The door gap's real big and you can't figure out why, and you don't know if it's your A-pillar is messed up or welded in the wrong spot or whatever. You can pull up, and I'm going to give all the measurements from my jig from here to those bolt holes up. With the jig, you'll be able to measure for your rockers. I have a jig that you hook in to the front of the firewall, and it tells you where the rocker sits, where the back of the rocker needs to go. Now that is not 100% because the rocker, I put them on various cars and they vary. Some cars, they're half-inch difference. So it's just to get you in a roundabout spot to where you can lock it down. Once you put your door on and you center your door on your hinges, you'll be able to move your rocker till the end of it meets the end of your door and profiles right.
Are you going to notate that there may be a tolerance, an allowance or whatever?
Yeah, I will. I just have to get a couple cars and see, but I know about what the tolerances are.
No, I didn't mean like a measurement of the tolerance. I guess I was saying like, this one is an absolute, this one
19 1/4 plus or minus an 1/8 of an inch or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will put that in the book. And then if you got I'm trying to think of something on the Camaro. All right, so when you put a quarter panel on the Camaro and the charger quarter panel wraps under, so there's no not getting it right, because whenever it wraps around, it's going to spot weld to here and it covers over the rocker. Well, on a Camaro, it comes down and just sits on top of the rocker. Sometimes that thing is high, and when it's high, it's hard to get it down to there. So with a jig, you can hook a strap on the inside, come across the top, and I'll show you all those tricks in the book, coming across the top, and then you have something solid down here to anchor to be able to pull that down and close that gap so you can tack it and you can tack the back. The jig gives you places that you can pull to. The firewall on the Camaros, some of them, if you buy the AMD ones, you can't, the AMD ones bow out. Like, well, I can't see on this car, but this is the old. Sometimes the Camaro, the front is bowed out and you can't get it right, and it don't want to meet out in here. So you have to put a bar from right here down to this bar with a big ratchet strap to the back and keep the pins in it and suck the center in and pull it in, and then put a screw into the floor to hold it on an AMD one. Dynacorn, you don't have to do that. AMD, you do. I'm going to show that in the book on how to do that. And if you didn't have a jig, you wouldn't have nothing to pull on, because you can't really hook a strap to the cowl and around this and pull to the back, and you don't really have nothing to hook to. There's not a lot of spots to hook. So the jig allows for places to pull from, places that you can pry against. The Camaros, which a lot of cars, you get a quarter panel on here and your gap is tight at the bottom and it's real wide at the top. there's really nothing you can really do. But if you got it on a jig, you can take and pick it up on the rear mount and put a 1/2 inch block in there, and whenever you pick the back end up a 1/2 inch, it'll close that gap a lot. I don't never go over a 1/2 inch, and I'll put that in the book about how high to go. You'll notice that the jigs are slotted. Let's see if I can open up the door.
Yes, Rudy, I would love a trip to Myrtle Beach. I think, where's Uncle Wes?
Myrtle Beach, I think.
We got an invite to Sun Beach. Sun Beach.
This is my, I was gonna build a camper with this.
Then it turned into a carb.
It turned into a
rig.
rotisserie to haul to the sandblaster to rotate B bodies and E bodies so that they can blast the bottom. So with the Camaro, this is my Mustang jig. I got my Galaxy jig back. I have a Fairlane jig, and then I have Camaro or Nova, E-body, second gen, Chevelle, 70 Chevelle, and then I got another Nova, a Camaro, and some back there in the back. But anyways, the back right here, for the back bolt, where the rear leaf spring hanger is, you can see it's slotted. And that allows me to be able to push this up about a 1/2 inch so I can put a spacer under it. So the jig will be just like these. It will be just like this one here, that one over there. You know, it'll have the slots, and it'll have the spots for this. Like this part right here, I use these and I slide these in, and this gives me a spot to sit the rocker on. While I'm working on it by myself, I can set the rocker here and I can get a clamp up front. And then I put my jig piece in and run it back here to locate it, and it gives me something to hold my rocker. You could probably, I thought about it, making one that goes into here and will hold the rocker at the correct height. Just never done it yet.
Do your jig colors mean anything?
No, the jig colors don't really mean nothing. They should. But E-body's gonna do E-body. It'll do Challenger and Coupe, and then the B bodies, which I got both B bodies in there. So I got the B body. No, that's Challenger. The other B body's in the back shop. There's
And the green's E-body.
I don't know let me see. I got a car out front that I got to get out. But I should do that and make them, which all the Camaro ones are pretty much red. All the Camaro ones are red, except for the second gen Camaro is black. So we have another, that's a B body, so it's yellow, but that's a Roadrunner, and the other one in there's a Charger. And then we have another Camaro, that's the X66 X6 car, and then we have a convertible Coupe, and then we have a Camaro over there cut down ready to go to blast, and we have one already at blast. This one just came back from blast. It's getting cut down, and we have two in there that's back from blast.
So the blue one is next to be cut down.
Yeah, it'll be cut down tomorrow.
And then the convertible will get cut down after that.
Yup.
And then the Coupe out front.
Yeah, and we got the Coupe out front.
And then we have a Camaro coming Thursday.
Like I build the Camaro floors on this jig. But you will be able to do everything on the jig in the book as you would be able to do with this one. This is exactly the same. I could take this thing and set it on the ground and build a Camaro off of it. What?
My dad said, don't make me pull out my blueprint curriculum and go to teaching again. I'm retired.
Uh-oh. So.
Uncle Wes's Hilton Head.
Yeah, hill
which
test.
is just as good. It's salty and sunny and
So with the jig, it just
that was Mom that said that just on his phone.
It ensures that everything is in the correct place, and it gives you places to anchor to and pull down to and to tack the body to be able to pull. It's just, I would say maybe you probably wouldn't have to build the jig exactly like the one that I do in the book, but it does make it nice. And then you get done building the car and you find somebody on YouTube or on one of the groups that wants to buy it, and you can sell it to them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know what they would sell for. I think I'm going to talk to my dad about what he could sell them for, or what they could make them for. It's just my problem with making them is shipping them, and I know people are like, well, I can come pick it up, but I don't have time. I got cars to build, I got farming, and then I got 3 or 4 cars at the house or here that I got to build. I got to do the book, so I don't really have time.
We also have a cabin that we need to build.
Yes, so well, the 57 Chevy, as some people seen before, when we've been to the back shop or at the door of the back shop, because we can't really go back there. Need to buy a Wi-Fi extender for here. But the 57 Chevy's always set on the frame table. The frame table back there is where I build the jigs at. Well, the car's sold, so I'm going to put the quarter panels on this car. Me personally, I probably wouldn't have done quarter panels. I'd have probably just cut and put the lower piece in this and went. But somebody hot rodded it back in the day. This car is completely rust free. I mean, the door gaps are awesome. Doors are solid. The inside solid. There's no rust. It's perfect. 57 Chevy. Trunk. I mean, nothing. I mean, it's solid. All of it. All the way around. Floor. Not even no rust in the bottom of the wheel hole. But he wants quarter panels, so we've got the quarter panels over there, and I was going to cut them off tonight. I was going to show y'all how to cut them off, how I remove them, and it would be a first because I've never done a 57 Chevy. I've done a 55, but this would be a first for me, and I would show y'all how I go about assessing it and looking it over to see where I want to start. So this Tuesday, hopefully, if I get Craig in here to okay it, because I told him that I wouldn't do the quarter panels because these are factory quarter panels, and the only thing wrong with it is where they cut the wheel well to hot rod it back in the day. Aftermarket quarter panels, trim stuff don't work as great. Back pieces don't work. Tail light pieces don't work that great. And to me, it'd be a whole lot simpler, even though I'm not a patch guy. I hate patching when I can replace everything. But these cars are so odd, and it's so hard to get aftermarket stuff to work on these. I've only done 155, and I've determined that. But I will show y'all how I go about looking for it, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a seam right in here that's going to come over, and then it'll come back here, and I think the seam's probably going to cross back across right here, and then weld. It'll be across this point, and it'll weld down this and down. The wheelhouses on the Tri-5 cars are not attached to the inner wheelhouse. The inner wheelhouse is way up here, and it's not attached to it. It don't get welded to it. It's got a piece of rubber that goes in between it, and it holds it. And the only reason this thing's flimsy like that is because they cut that structure out of it. If it had the roll in it, it wouldn't be flimsy, it'd be tight. So I'll show how to do that and how to remove this. And he said something about this rocker. He wants to do this rocker because it's got a dent right there, and it's got a dent right there. It's not rotted, it's just dented, and that's gonna be body work. So I'm gonna remove this rocker, both quarter panels, and put them on So hopefully next Tuesday, after I get Craig to look at the aftermarket quarters, we want to lay the trim on there and see how the trim lays and see if it's working out good enough to justify doing the quarter panels.
Can we look at the Daimler real quick for anybody that missed it?
Who said that?
Bob.
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 You can buy it. I watched it the other day. So,
He knows about it. He said it's got a little British Hemi V8 in it, and it does.
yeah, this is a
Y'all look at that little baby V8.
Daimler.
Or Daimler, however, how do y'all say it? I don't know. Daimler.
So it's got a little teeny tiny V8 Hemi, which is pretty cool. I'd like to put it in like a hot rod or something,
Yeah.
some kind of like 32 Ford.
Mini Hemi.
I'd like to hand make a 32 or a 3 window, like a little small one, and put that thing in there and like make it like a blower, and just cruise it around like a golf cart. But it's a high revving little engine, and Jay Leno has one, obviously, and his is a hardtop, which is really rare, and he had them cut out the intake on it and make it where it would take a 4-barrel carb. So pretty cool looking thing. If y'all haven't never seen it, go look at Jay Leno's Daimler, whatever it is.
No, these things are crazy expensive too.
Now we've seen them on Bring a Trailer for like $18,000 to $20,000, $25,000 for one that ain't even running, that have no interior. This thing runs, drives. I've drove it. Pretty cool. I feel like James Bond getting in this thing. It's kind of tiny.
Yeah.
I just put the windows back on there, which they're probably need some work on the inside, but he told me to get the handles back on it.
Oh, look, Juby is 6'1". Watch him fall into this tiny thing.
Yeah. So I think the seat's all the way. Let's see. Seat's all the way back. But I could get down a little 4-speed.
Little short shift.
Short shift, 4-speed. Looks like it's got telescoping wheel, but it don't. But might come off. This is the little blinker right here, and it's got like switches. But I
don't know who's gonna sit in that back seat, y'all.
Yeah, I got it in the back seat. It's kind of. Now, if you sit in the middle, you might be all right. If you let the seat up, now you can probably. But then nobody. You can sit like this.
Yeah, one person.
But yeah. Yep. Let's see if I can get out the other side. Wrong way. But
Scott said, what size tube are your jigs and the wall thickness? Or is that a relevant measurement, or will that be a in the book kind of thing?
It'll be in there, but I'll tell you, I think it's 3/16 tubing. It's 2x2. And you could probably use thinner wall stuff. But
Charlie said, and this is the guy with the bad back.
I took a goodies now. I'm messed up.
That's why we both hurt though, because we push it to the limit. We know we hurt, and we just keep on keeping on.
I think Craig wants 20 for it. So I think it would sell for more than 20. Maybe if I get 20 for it, I can have the rest.
There may be a finder's fee since you're working on it.
I didn't get a finder's fee when I sold his Camaro for him. But anyways.
Well, sort of. Yeah.
Sort of nothing. But it's a solid car. Runs, drives, interiors. I mean, pretty good. I think it's original paint. It's actually got in the trunk. It's got, I think the gas tank's pretty new, and it has some of the trim pieces, and has new tail lights, the tail light bezels and stuff.
I don't even know why, because they're fine. I mean, they got a little pitting.
Got the new hinges for the hood and the deck lid. There's deck lid hinges. So some new stuff in here with it. But yeah, I think, like I say, I think Craig is asking 20 for it. And
night, Rudy. Have a good night.
It's worth it as far as what I've seen, and they're like, sometimes I'm like, well, they're selling for $20,000 on Facebook. Well, obviously they're not selling for $20,000 because they're on Facebook and they're still for sale, so you can't go off of that. But Bring a Trailer is an auction, and you see these on there for, go on Bring a Trailer and look up that. I don't remember what year it is.
The auctions that have ended, I believe it's a 62.
So go on there and look at them, and they're high dollar. So this car is well worth $20K. And the blinkers work, brake lights work.
It's so cute when he's riding around. Ming, ming, ming.
Yeah, it don't sound like your
typical V8.
Typical V8. Let me see. I just fixed the hood. I thought it was gonna have like a V8 sound to it. But I leave the battery off. Just have it. But it's a high revving like a motorcycle. It needs some flow masters on it.
Craig's wife came in the shop the other week and said, it's kind of cute, but it's kind of ugly.
So.
We're at 35, hun. 35%.
But I was going to work on that and then got pushed behind on it, and then so we just talked. But I guess we'll sit down for a minute. I'm gonna find my drink because I still got a car to get in out front and some cars.
Yeah. For anybody out there, do y'all have bug bite problems? Cause just those few minutes outdoors, they attacked my calves and they got my elbow. And when they get this arm especially, all my tattoos braille up. It's peculiar. But you can like feel them. All the line work starts standing up. But they attack me. Bugs love me all of a sudden. I turned 40 and now I'm a bug dinner.
A cam and some flow masters. Super cool. Hey, my dad's asking about the vent piece for his car. No, he didn't bring it. So I'm just gonna have to go down there and get it for the Galaxy. But yeah, I don't know if Flowmasters anything would change the sound of it. Maybe it would. You would think that it being a little V8 Hemi, it would have like a hot rod sound.
I like it, and then I'm undecided on it. It's outside of my, I'm a $2,000 range vehicle kind of person, so $20,000 is a little outside.
Did he see that?
What's that?
Bob said mini Hemi. Did you see it?
He said that before we looked at it.
Oh.
So he knows about those cars and he wanted to look at it. So we went and looked at it.
Alright, I was just making sure he didn't miss it because I was going to go back and show it to him again. But yeah, they said something about the fiberglass bodies, and they would be out running them on the roads, and in corners the doors had a habit of popping open.
Yeah.
So they made this brace that goes underneath it, and we have 2 new ones in here that I got to put in the car. So we're gonna, I guess I need to get it on a lift sometime this weekend and change those out.
No, we won't be here this weekend.
Oh yeah, not this weekend.
Oh, it smells rich.
But it is for sale. I washed it the other day, and we're gonna put it on Bring a Trailer and see if we can get rid of it. Pretty cool. Y'all see me cruising up at church in it?
We both would have back pain.
Put my suit, my black tux on. That when we got married, I put my black tux on, my Movado watch, and I bust out that thing
and
looking like
shoulder holsters.
Yeah, James Bond. James Bond. Yeah.
Put a Chinese Flowmaster.
Aaron has some bug spray, like deep, like
it's 98% deep.
Yeah,
and it works
is.
fantastic, but you also feel like you're wearing a sweater made of deep.
Yeah.
But
Try
I
Ranger
love it.
Ready.
I need to take
Bug
it everywhere I
spray,
go.
whatever that is. Try Ranger Ready.
Picaridin. I like deep. I don't get hippy dippy when it comes to the bug bites. I want the stuff that I know that works and deep works. And
Yeah, I grow my beard out and be like ZZ Top. He talking about the Go said ZZ.
Jasmine.
He even said Z. I know. Get the Cadzilla. Pull up in the Cadzilla. But
that's where that scar is from where I wrecked the Harley too. Feel how high it's gotten from getting bit.
getting what?
Where I got bit.
When'd you get bit?
Well, we went outside.
Man.
I got bit on my elbow and both of my calves.
Yeah, y'all should really go check out Leno's and see his look.
His is cool.
It's blue, got a hard top. The hard top makes it look pretty.
Sets it off. He's got the same wheels, I think.
Yeah, it's probably all factory. And it's like I say, he had to make a. I think they could have did a better job on the intake. It looks like they just cut, and whoever welded it did like a horrible job welding it. Probably
Jay Leno,
aluminum.
call us. We got you.
Yeah, Jay called me. I got you, Jay. I need to build a car for somebody like that. But maybe one day, maybe somebody will find me and be like, "Hey, I need this guy to build me a car." I'm just playing. I got all you guys. Charlie has a car built by me.
Wes has a couple started.
Yeah, Wes has some. I got to go. Uncle Wes. Wes is not my uncle. I just call him Uncle Wes.
Kind of like our neighbor. We call him Uncle Gordy. Not to his face, but I would. But
Yeah.
it's just like a nickname.
But I love Wes. I love all of you. But I call him Uncle Wes, and I owe him tremendously. So I'm going to make a special trip to his place and work on his car with him. I tried to get him to bring it down here and let me build it for the book, to build it in the book so he would get his car built, and that would be my return pay to him for helping me like he has. But he says he wants to build it himself, so he's going to build it, and I'm just going to go up there and check it off for him. He wants me to come check it off and make sure before he does any welding.
I'd like to go to the beach anyway.
And
so we could go to Tennessee and then to Hilton Head.
Yeah, and Uncle Wes says, he keeps telling me let's stay out.
Anyway, MR, yes, I can drop shit for Dynacorn. I can drop shit for AMD. I can drop shit for Golden Star, and I believe I can drop shit from ATEC. I think I can. And what ATEC does is kind of like ATEC touches Summit and Jigs, and they drop shit from others. So that's why I say I believe. Pretty sure though, but absolutely from AMD, Dynacorn, Golden Star. And we use all of their panels. They've got some good stuff. The quarter panels for this are Golden Star.
Yeah, Gunner said I need to build by. Well, it wasn't built just by Juby. It was built by Gunner, Wes, Go-Go, and Charlie. So it would really need a built by a bunch of people.
Golden Star is another sheet metal vendor. They do other stuff too. Golden Star's got a whole bunch of stuff. And he said, I hear Georgia mosquitoes are the size of squirrels. Some places in Georgia will tell you that the mosquitoes are the state bird.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. They used to didn't bother me as bad, but now I get bit by one and it itches for 3 days.
Who is Golden Star? And
Yeah.
Go-Go said another Chinese company making sheet metal. So
all of them are Taiwanese.
Taiwan,
so,
yeah.
Even Tri Plus. If you
Yeah.
go to a Tri Plus website, it's all in English, and then if you click on their map, Taiwan.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, we've got our stamps and this in America. No, you don't. No.
But
And I hate it because it would be great to say
Yeah.
made in America, but nobody could afford it.
nobody can afford it. We got people crying that they need to make $20 an hour to work at Burger King.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to pay people to build it. If a quarter panel was made in America for a Camaro, you'd be paying $3,000 for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
the quarter panels for these from Taiwan, special discount, whole 9 yards, still $800 a panel.
yeah,
If it was made in America, like you said, it'd be $3K.
yeah, easy. We couldn't afford it. But if everything was made in America, then I don't know. That's some politic things.
Yeah, it's sad that it's gotten to
away.
the state that it's gotten to, but the simple fact is we cannot, at today's setup, afford to build them in America.
I think Golden Star and all of them get their panels from like the same couple companies over there in Taiwan, and it just
Everybody that sells parts in America gets their parts from the same people. They have different research and development that go into the dies. I'm not 100% sure if one die can make multiple people's parts, and some people pay a little bit more to get a premium panel. And
I do know that they are made it. They might be made on at the same place,
facility.
but a different line. They might have a premium line, this line and this line, and at the same one, or it might be different. But I do know there are differences because,
We've built
like
them.
you say, there a Camaro, AMD Camaro firewall,
It's not the same.
it will not fit like a Dynacorn one. Dynacorn one fits great. AMD one fits
Just
if
gotta
you know
work with
what
it.
you do with
Yeah.
it. And I'm going to talk about it in the book on how you fix the AMD ones. And you know, if there's any other issues with any parts, I'm going to put that in there. Everything I know about Camaro, I'm going to put in there, plus some that I don't know. So I might have to get Wes to put a little bit in there, because Wes is pretty knowledgeable on Camaros and VINs and markings and stuff like that. He come in here and he schooled me the other day. Everybody calls me about everything to do with Camaros, and I'm like, I don't know. I
But
can
we
build
will
the body.
find the answer. So if you ask us, we'll find it. We just know that we don't know it all.
I can build the body, and it's not just the Camaros. I can build
Anything.
any car that comes in here. I mean, this is gonna be my first '57 Chevy. I built a '55. I built C10s. I built Mustangs. I built Fairlanes. I built Galaxies. All from here. I built Alphas. I built an Alpha, Veloce. Like, and it was a crazy build. Trying to think of anything else odd. But here at the shop, we build Camaros, Firebirds, Chevelles, B-bodies, and E-bodies. And that's it. So all the odd stuff I build, and I can build. I haven't found one yet that I can't build, and it's generally the same. So if you're building a Charger or whatever, you could probably look at the quarter panel video for a Camaro, and it's probably going to tell you basically the same things it would take to put on a quarter panel onto a Charger or something like that. But
Sideways says, or how many extra hours does it take to put an aftermarket panel compared to an NOS?
really no difference, just depending on which ones you get, what panel you get from where. An NOS Chevelle quarter panel from AMD, an NOS quarter panel and a AMD quarter panel for Chevelle from AMD. Put them on a car, really no difference in time. They're pretty much the same. That Chevelle right there has NOS quarters on it. It has NOS deck lid, brand new. It has NOS doors. It has NOS rockers in it. That guy, he finds the NOS stuff and he swears by it.
He's good at sourcing that stuff out.
Well, I would say he spent a lot of money on those quarter panels. He bought one NOS quarter panel. He paid $1,500 for it. Well, then I sold him the NOS quarter panel on it, and I talked to him about the one he had. I think he got on it. I don't think it was an NOS. And so he called us back and said, put the other one you got. Well, he's got $600 in those two NOS quarter panels on that Chevelle.
That's a steal.
And he usually pays $1,500. I've built a car for him that he had $10,000 in one GTO quarter panel.
Because he had to buy 3.
He had to buy 3 because two of them he got were messed up. And he bought another one. The first one he bought was $2 grand. The second one he bought was $3 grand, and the third one he bought was $5 grand. And he finally got one that was workable, and that ended up on his car. But that just shows he got 3 NOS, and 10 grand later he finally got a quarter panel on there when he could have bought a $400 quarter panel from AMD, and you wouldn't have known the difference. So
now there's people that have bought, like Juby and I were talking about building a car. If he builds that 69 Charger body and I keep it and I buy a part this week and I buy a part next week until I get enough parts, and then they come out with a new die or new tooling and it fits better, then that has happened. People come in and they bought a good mark quarter panel from 1995. It doesn't fit good because they have bettered the tooling and the researching and everything that goes into it over the years. So that's depends on how long ago you had it, because AMD's got a firewall they did today, and then they've got a firewall they did when they first started, and those are not the same firewall. Same guy, not the same firewall.
Yeah, like Gunner says, those NOS ones are stamped like at the end of the line and stuff. Like the NOS quarter panel he brought, it was horrible. Like it was wrinkled in the gutter area, and it didn't even have the part number in it. And usually the NOS ones has the part number stamped in it. Mine have they have the number stamped in them. And I said, man, I don't know. I think somebody put it. His had the NOS sticker on it, the little GM sticker. I said, man, I think somebody printed that thing out and stuck it on there and put it in a GM box. And he come in and he's like, why do you think that? I said, man, look how wrinkly this is. And I said, look at there's no part number. He's like, some of them didn't have part numbers. Well, then he got home, and like a day later he called. He said, hey, save that quarter panel. Put the other one you have on there. So we put it on there, and
Am I wrong? Aren't NOS panels, typically the story behind an NOS panel is that it wouldn't go on really great on the assembly line, so they sat it to the side and used another one, and then they're leftover panels that wouldn't fit perfectly on an assembly line.
We had a guy in here today, and he was talking about like his buddy, a guy he knows working at the plants and stuff, and that's what they did. They would try to put a quarter panel that's going down the line. They'd try to put a quarter panel on it, and it wouldn't work. They'd set it to the side, and they'd get another one and put it on there, and they would wrap that one up and sell it, because back then people wasn't cutting the whole quarter panel off to fix the car. They were cutting it in, so you didn't need the whole quarter panel. So typically a lot of those quarter panels were just ones that they couldn't get to go on at a certain time, and they were having too many issues, so they throwed it to the side. And he said that they would have a car going down the line, and they would run out of parts for that year, but they would have some other year model parts, and they would just put it on there. Like his car, that's an LS6 car.
Yeah, so it's a big block car.
It's a big block car. It's a cranberry on cranberry car, but it don't have the 4-bolt torque boxes on it. It has the 2-bolt. Because when he showed up with it, I was like, man, what are you doing fooling around with a small block car?
He's like, what?
He said, this is an LS6, and then he showed me the stuff on it, and it was an LS6 car, and I was like, dang, I said, it's got single bolt torque boxes on it, and that might have been what they had. Now, he said that usually if it was a special order car, if they ran out of the part, they would pull the car off the line and set till the part came back in stock.
Because those
And
had to make sure
they had
that
to
they
make
got
sure.
the right parts. But just a lot car,
Yeah.
they got whatever they picked up. So you might have a big block car with small block torque boxes, you know, and your build sheet might lie to you, because there's a lot of companies that are. I know one of the Mopars, the plant burnt down or something, so all the paperwork's gone. So unless you got the build sheet, and the build sheet might not even match, because if the mechanic, the assembly line guy picked up small torque boxes that day, but the build sheet said big, they didn't care. They just rolled it on.
Yeah. Like the 67 Camaro, the first year, mid-year, and end of the year had 3 different quarter panels. The 67 Camaro had 3 different quarter panels.
So depending on what plant it came out of and what month it was
And
built.
what month it was built, it had a different quarter panel on it.
And for a while, me and Juby thought that all the 67s had a telephone.
Yeah.
The
And then
last
we learned
3
something.
67s we got have not had the whole telephone.
Yeah. So we learned something new, but I don't know if everybody's seen it, but Go-Go said that I'm not the only channel on here. We have Go-Go's Garage, we have Gunner J's, we got Paradise Bay. Go like their channels, subscribe to them. Those guys are working. I haven't actually checked out Gunner's. I think he posted his first video. He might have more by now.
I think he's got more than one now. I know he's got at least 2 because I've watched 2.
But I'm gonna have to go watch his videos and comment and like. You know, that helps us guys to be able to do this stuff and
grow our community. I mean, that's kind of the point, is to teach one another. We're not the only ones teaching. Juby knows a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole lot going on up there. His gerbil runs mad fast all the time. But there's a lot of guys in this group that have so much knowledge that if you just go check out their channel, you can learn a lot more than just coming here.
get to know them. Ain't nobody here too famous to talk to anybody. So, I seen a comment up here. Scott Singleton said, "What do you know about Muscle Car GT? The story I get is that they make AMD and Dynacorn."
Night night, Mom and Dad.
I don't know what that is. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, I've never heard of Muscle Car GT, so I do not know.
I do know the guy that does make the metal. Now I can't remember his name.
That's been here?
He came here. Edward.
Edward, yeah.
Edward came here with some of his guys and walked around with us with the guys from AMD. So I met Edward that runs the whole Taiwan
shindig.
place. So I did meet that guy. He was here, talked with him, hung out.
Yeah,
cool
Mr.
dude.
Fireman. Go see Mr. Fireman.
Yeah, check out Mr. Fireman.
Lake and Lodge.
Lake and Lodge. Rick, I ain't seen him on
Rick's classic car.
Carthage classic cars. Carthage classic cars. He's building a 69 Firebird right now, and I gave him a set of my wheel tubs, so he's gonna make a video on installing those. If he don't, he don't.
His how-to will be a little bit closer to a DIY at home build too, instead of using all the stuff that we have here.
So go check those guys out, and if I'm missing somebody,
we love you. We just can't remember everybody. I hit everything on my list, I believe. Oh, Juby singing in the choir now.
Yes. There, I knew Jesus was coming up tonight. My horrible voice. I am singing in the choir.
They tried to put him in, what, tenor?
Tenor.
And then the tenor guy that he was sitting by immediately was like, we gotta stop. He's the bass. You gotta move him down. He's too deep.
So they took me from tenor, I guess because of my voice, I don't know, and then they put me into bass. So.
And coming up next Thursday, we're gonna be singing Old Time Religion is the name of the event, and it's gonna have some newer stuff in it, but it's gonna have a lot of hymnals in it, and I hope Juby sings with me.
Sings with you?
Yeah, I mean not solo, duo.
I'm gonna sing
in
solo.
The choir.
I'm singing solo.
Solo you can't hear.
Solo you can't hear me. What was the other one?
You don't remember it?
No.
No, because I don't.
Tenor. You sing tenor. 10 or 12 foot away or something, or something 10 or 12, 10 or, you sing 10 or 12 feet away or something.
I can't remember what he said, but it was adorable.
Yeah. But anyways, I've enjoyed it, even though I was like, all day, I was like, I don't know, my elbow, I want to get home, put it on ice, and it just wasn't feeling good. I ate some sugar, and it made me feel horrible.
We haven't been eating very well, which is why I want to do carnivore come October, and we're so busy. And I told him the other day, I was like, I'm a horrible wife because I don't cook for you, and you don't come home to nice dinners ever. Like, I mean,
she's saying that because we're going through. It's not marriage. It's a marriage micro group.
It's just a marriage enhancement event.
So with church,
we're
and
meeting with 5 other married couples and just going through this little
and we're doing a book. So,
but I did say that before this. I know that I don't cook. And that's horrible. I don't cook.
It's pretty cool. You have to do like 30 minutes alone time. She has to do like 30 minutes alone time, 30 minutes to an hour or whatever alone time one night, and I do it one night, and then we meet together before we go to the group, and we have to make eye contact and discuss our answers and our concerns, and it gets us talking, because usually we talk through text. She'll be in the office, I'll be out here. We get into an argument about something or a disagreement about something. We're apologizing on our phone back and forth, and we just don't talk to each other. So this actually has us sitting at the table talking to each other about our concerns and stuff going on, which our biggest thing, the reason I am taking the class, I think I'm going to benefit a whole lot more from it, or the group, but the main thing I was thinking was the whole not being able to talk to each other besides through text. I'm sorry, or
like when it's good, it's really good, but if we have anything that requires a little bit of passion that might be a little, like if we're not seeing eye to eye, we just go to opposite rooms and talk about it through our phone, and we want to work on that.
So we're doing that. He's still my
best friend. We're not in marriage counseling. We're not having a problem.
Good night, Ty. So we're doing that, and it actually had us at the table last night talking and making eye contact and holding hands, and which we hold hands anyways, but
it's usually like this. It's holding hands with our eyes pointing at something. We don't hold hands and look at each other a lot. So it
was more, I guess, romantic, I don't know, more passionate, intimate, holding hands, talking, and I also was crying, so I'm a crier. I'm the weeping prophet. Is it Jeremiah? Yeah, the weeping prophet.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But we did it last Thursday, was our first group setting, and the man that's leading it, him and his wife are leading it together, and he was tearing up just telling us about the introduction to what we were gonna do. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm not the only one out there. And his wife was just sitting there, no tears, nothing, but I love her to pieces. So I was like, okay, it's okay for, all of it's okay, but I was like, eh.
Wes said I sung all the way to Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Did he?
He told me, I told him I sang horrible, and he said, no, as long as you're singing, I know you're awake.
And paying attention to the road.
So
Bubba called you Fabio in the choir, or Mama One, whoever's typing. Fabio in the choir.
Pastor Jim calls me Fabio of the Wilderness.
Yeah.
Or Jubilicious.
Jubilicious. He wears his hair down when he goes to church, so it is. One of the pastors, his daughter watches online, like they go to Sunday service, but then they'll watch it again online because it's always a live feed. And Juby Head, she's like 2, I think, and she always looks for the back of Juby's head.
'Cause I'm in the front. If y'all watch it, you'll see me. I'm in the front row in the center, and when I'm up, they talk. I'll be having my hands up, and I'll just be praising the Lord, and the people in the back will come out there like, we just love your enthusiasm, and you're like a true worshiper, and and they're like, some of them call them the holy forklift hands.
Oh,
they're like, you just lifting it up.
When you do this,
Oh,
that's the holy forklift hands.
That's when I'm praying.
When
so
he prays, he puts them out with hands up. And then, not so much now, but when we first started going to the church, people that were just meeting us, they were like, oh, are y'all new believers? And we're like, nope.
No, I'm just passionate. I love God, and I love worship time, and I love praising Him.
I love that we found a church that we're allowed to, not looked at any kind of way. Cause
I don't care.
I throw my hand up, and all you see is tattoos, and nobody there is judgmental, and I love it. I just love. There's so much love in that church. It's fantastic. Yeah. So if you don't have a good church and you want to come visit us, we'll show you a good church.
Neil said he's a crier. My dad said he's a crier.
Oh, well, yep.
But
he gets it honest.
Yeah, I don't think there's a day I go to church that I don't cry. And I ain't afraid to admit it. It's just, that's me.
And it's not because he's full of sin. It's like he carries,
we might have lost y'all.
Did we lose you guys?
Let me see. No, but we're about to.
Okay, so what I was saying is that he's so burdened for people that don't love Christ. So when he's in there getting the word, getting filled full of it, he feels the burden. Oh, I'm getting chill bumps talking about it. He gets burdened for the people that don't love Christ, and that's all he wants is for people to know Jesus. So that's your calling, I think, and I love this group because we've had some of you guys have reached out to us and said you're back in church because it's sweet Juby-Doo, and I love that.
I came across a group on Facebook the other night, and somebody was saying something, and I commented about Jesus, and it was pictures of Earth, like crazy Google images of Earth, and like people would zoom in on the map of certain spots, and they were like, can you guess where this is? And it's this thing, and I came across it. Well, one of them, it says it had something about the Lord, something I can't remember, and it was cut in the field, and people were on there just bashing it about God and stuff, and like, oh, here they go with that fake religion and this, that, or whatever. And I commented on there, that I put some scripture on there, and I was basically, saying that, hey, I don't remember what I said. Well, they ended up deleting my messages on there, which I didn't say nothing out of the way. I was just like telling people, hey, you need to
try Jesus for 30 days and tell me it don't change your life.
Yeah, try, just try whatever. I wasn't hateful, and then somebody says, yeah, that you need to be humbled, or you need to be this, pride is a sin. And I was like, I didn't say nothing prideful about anything. I was just telling you, to reach out to Jesus. People say that they don't know Him and all this, but have you ever truly seeked Him to try and see if you do? He's not just going to come out and do something and show His face to you.
He's not going to bash through a closed door.
Yeah, if
you don't want Him,
he's not going to come. When He knocks on the door, you either got a chance to open the door, or you can keep the door shut. And you keep the door shut, He's only going to come knock so many times, and then He ain't going to come back, and you'll never feel Him. No matter what you do, you'll never feel Him. You'll never get Him back.
But that goes for any kind of knowledge. So if you don't know, it's because you haven't opened your eyes to it. If you don't go meet your neighbor, you'll never know your neighbor. That's just how there is. I love you, Miss Pat.
But I seen all these people on there just bashing it and stuff, and it had me so upset that like so many people are lost. Man. I want everybody here to be. I want everybody to be there in glory with me.
The alternate just seems horrible.
I would rather take my chances on dying and getting there and finding out there's nothing, than to die and get there and find out there is something.
And find out that you gave up everything.
And you gave up everything. There's nothing on this planet that is worth anything to me than my salvation.
Yep.
And I know it's true because I come from I come from a background and I come